Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Summertime. I'm your host, Sommer Hill, and today we're with the greatest DJ on the planet. Should we say on the
Wow.
planet?
What I owe you?
DJ Quicksilva.
What's your cash app? I got a cash app you for that
It's
intro?
big sum.
You got it.
Period.
I'll make sure I send that over.
How are you feeling today?
Blessed and highly favored.
Did you have a busy morning?
Busy mornings. I think at my point, there's not even a busy morning. It's like a busy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been up since 4:30. I do the morning show, radio show. So I'm on every morning from 6 to 10 a.m. The Quicksilva Morning Show on 92.3. Then I come back on again at 5 p.m. daily, both in D.C. and Baltimore, 93.9 and 92.3. So
How do you
my-
get your brain up that early? Like, what do you do? You work out? You drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
What do you
TMI,
do?
coffee beans kill my stomach.
mine too,
If
mine
I
too.
drink coffee, we wouldn't finish this interview.
Uh-oh.
I'd be in the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
30 seconds. So I don't drink coffee. Every now and then, if I'm super tired, I know it's unhealthy before they fry me. I'll have a sugar-free Red Bull,
Okay.
just to kind of get
You
my
gotta do what you gotta
adrenaline
do.
rush. But I think for me, like I said, I've been doing this so long now. I've disciplined myself.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I still do clubs and travel, 2-3 times a week, I've conditioned myself to take naps when I can.
Yeah.
And then if I don't have a club, I try to get to bed by 10:30 because I know I got to be up
Okay.
at 4:30. But days like today, like I'm literally gonna be up from 4:30 to
4:30.
4:30. This is
Whew.
a 24-hour day had it today. So.
And you really gotta like turn it on. Like when these cameras come on, like
Mhm.
people don't know this. I mean, this is how I act in real life, but I
Right.
have obviously had to turn it on, like
Right,
turn it
right.
up.
Right.
So at 6 a.m, you're on.
Good morning. Good morning. This is the Quicksilva Morning Show. And then after I finish talking, I'm like, yeah, so
Right.
Don't talk about next. All
And
right,
you-
Quicksilva, you know what it is.
right.
Good morning. All right, so
Right.
something with us. We're gonna-
Exactly. And then you got to build naps into the calendar. Like I literally
Absolutely.
put nap on my calendar.
Mine's is even worse. Mine's are naps, and I'm a massage fanatic. So when I travel, like my management team knows, like I block out an hour quick on trying to go get a massage.
Yep.
And my massage, not just for physical, like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my things that I need to just like unwind, to like just reset. It's one of my
Yeah.
resets. So I always say I'm a person that I'm a firm believer. If you don't plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I really plan out my life.
Yeah.
Which is good but bad at times because sometimes
It doesn't go as planned.
it doesn't go as planned.
Yeah.
You
Well,
get that.
I like to say prepare for the best, plan for the worst.
I agree.
A little bit of both.
Vitamin of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I have something controversial to say.
Are you good?
You're not gonna like it.
I promise you, I don't get offended.
No, you're not gonna like it.
Oh, you hate me? I'm the worst DJ in the world?
No. This is what it is. So, like I said, you were on a podcast. I
Mhm.
watched the episode, and you said Air Force Ones are Baltimore shoes.
I didn't say that as an opinion. That's a fact.
No, I know. You did your research.
It's not about doing my research.
No, I know. They sold out all the stores in Baltimore.
These are facts from the owner of Nike, though.
Okay, but I have something to say. I call Air Force Ones St. Louis shoes.
That's hilarious.
Do you know why?
Because of Nelly. And,
Okay.
Which
All
is
right, we can move
hilarious.
on to the next.
So you gotta realize Air Force Ones came out when you hear that song?
That song was 02.
02. That is so cute because
I'm
Nike
not
Airs
saying-
came out in like the late 70s and 80s. So the actual Air Force One. So they went out of business in the 80s. Not Nike, Air Force One, the actual tennis shoe, because
Mm-hmm.
people weren't buying them. But in Baltimore, a store called Charlie Rudo, just a little history.
No, I
They
heard it.
they actually are the reason why because they actually started selling so many in Baltimore
Mm-hmm.
at Charlie Rudo's. The actual brand Nike thanked them for actually saving. They were actually going to discontinue the Air Force One, believe it or not. So it would have never made it to
And
St.
what
Louis.
year was that? What year
this
was
is just in the 80s.
Okay, exactly. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my point. Like, that's my point. Like, I'm not saying St. Louis was the first to wear them.
They weren't even in the top 10.
I'm not saying
They were like
that.
number 35.
And I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is St. Louis made them hot. That's it.
If that makes you sleep at night, I'm so happy.
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh,
That's
they're
my job is
dragging
to
me.
I'm not dragging you.
No. I'm saying on
Oh.
TikTok, because I said this.
Because you
They're
sound crazy,
dragging
but I'm
me
going to let you live.
up and down. Because they're saying they're New York shoes, which I'm sure you know. It's a few
They
DC.
call them uptowns.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, these are from before you was even born.
Right.
Like, okay, relax. Okay, so you're from East Baltimore.
Born and raised.
Wow. Okay. How close is being raised in Baltimore to The Wire? That's my...
The Wire is real. The Wire is not just makes a TV show, of course. But what you see, that's real. I'm blessed to always say never let where you come from dictate where you're gonna go. I've been based out the DC area for the last 25 plus years. But what you saw on the wire was 1,000% real.
Mm.
If you research my backstory, I always say the first 18 years of my life were I didn't move out of Baltimore until I was in my 20s. So my first 18 years were brutal.
Yeah.
I lost my mom at 10. I got shot when I was 13, lost my dad at 18. I've been through a lot, but I always say East Baltimore taught me my hustle. If it wasn't for growing up the way I grew up, I wouldn't have become Quicksilva.
Mm.
And I say that not in a brag for a boastful way. And when I say Quicksilva, I'm not just talking the DJ. I'm talking the businessman, the entrepreneur, the hustler, the motivator, the inspirational speaker. Everything that I do because of experience, not because I learned anything in the book ever.
Yeah, and I've seen you say this before, but I really want to, this is a show where we unpack
Mhm.
what has contributed to who we are. So
Absolutely.
I know you said you've lost both parents before 18
Mhm.
and you got shot
Mhm.
and you grew up in Baltimore, in East Baltimore, which was
Broke,
not
no
easy.
money, no handouts, no fallback plans.
Yeah,
Didn't
let's
go to
get into that a
college.
little
Like,
bit. So like when you were younger,
mhm.
growing up in East Baltimore, like what did you see for your life? Where did you think you were going?
I wanted to be a football player. Believe it or not, that was
Mm,
my dream. I was gonna be the next Bo Jackson or the next Ronnie Lott.
okay.
Um, but like you say, unfortunately, those plans came to an abrupt halt when I got shot. I was paralyzed for 9 months,
Mm.
so I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk all over again.
Where'd you get shot?
Right here in my side,
Mm.
and with a 357. If you
It,
know,
can you play out the scene for me? What happened?
I wish I could, but I can't. Just legal reasons. But
Mm.
it just say at the wrong place at the wrong time, doing all the wrong stuff.
Mm.
Um, it's one of those things that um, I can't. I believe everything happens for a reason. Even bad things. Everything happens for a reason. But if it wouldn't have happened, I don't know if I would have become who I am today.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I don't think I would have made it to the NFL.
Mm.
But I can say I've made it to the NFL in life. I've made it to
Yeah.
the NFL in
The
DJing
equivalent.
right. I'm the quote unquote family member that's
Made it.
made it.
Yeah.
But that's because my life was derailed at a young
Mm.
age. But you heard that old saying, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans for
Right,
your life.
right,
Go ahead, good luck.
right.
And whatever his plans are, it's destiny, it's fate, however you want to put it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So okay, so you were shot.
hmm
So you were paralyzed for 9 months.
hmm
Where your legs? What was
My
paralyzed?
legs, I couldn't walk. I was on bed rest. Like I
Wow.
couldn't walk. So when you're laid in the bed for that long, you lose all the feeling and the muscles in your legs.
Mm.
So I had to learn how to walk all over
How was
again.
that process?
Brutal, brutal. I remember my first few months when I finally could sit up, because I think for the first, I'm gonna say 6 7 months, I was completely on bed rest. But they would lay me up a little bit, but I would get dizzy because I was
Yeah,
used to
laid.
being like
Right.
this, and my blood flow, I guess, had stopped in certain places. So when I finally started getting feeling in my leg, it was so painful. But I remember the doctor saying that's a good sign because you can feel
Yeah,
it.
you could feel.
And then eventually it got to a point where I can move my toes a little bit. And week by week I could see more motion. And then I finally, I remember they tried to stand me up and I fell because
Mm.
I didn't realize I couldn't walk. Like I forgot how to walk. So when I first started, I had to go to therapy and learn to walk with a walker. Then went from a walker to a cane to one day, by the grace of God.
Wow, look at you
Yes, sir.
now.
These are real. These,
Look at
these
you
aren't. These
now.
these are my real legs.
So did you have people around you, support around
Absolutely, I
you?
did.
Okay.
Like I said, my mom had passed already by then, but I still had my dad at the time. I have two brothers, one younger, one older. I said a humongous family. The Silva family is humongous,
Mm.
from my granny grand to all my aunts and uncles and cousins. So I never felt alone.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but it happened.
Yeah. So your mother passed when you were 10
Yeah,
to
she died from
cancer,
cancer.
right? So was she sick or did
hmm
you all see so you all
She
knew it
was
was
sick. She
coming?
was. I want to say she caught cancer when I might have been 7 or 8, if I
Mm.
remember. And I remember, just watching. Even now, I can remember. This was 88, 89. She passed in 1990. And I can remember like just watching her demise as a kid. And,
Mm.
from losing the hair to losing the weight to eventually once again, I always say everything I've been through has helped me become who I am. I remember eventually her, when she realized that, the doctors had done all they can, she called me and my brothers into the bedroom and she said, I'm just preparing you. Mommy's about to die.
She told
She
you?
told us we knew. We knew.
How did you, what were
Um,
you feeling in that moment?
you couldn't imagine as a kid being told that. Like you literally couldn't imagine, as a kid or as an adult, even though the natural progression of life is, for you to lose the parent, you never expect to hear that someone tell you that because we never know the time nor hour when God's going to call us home. But for her, she didn't know the time or hour, but she knew it was very very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So she had that conversation with us. Of course, we cried like babies,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, I just want to prepare you, be strong, take care of your dad, be there for each other. And she actually wrote a note. I talked about this before, and she wrote a note to us, just preparing us of things to make sure we continue doing. So the note was like, continue going to school, continue
Oh.
cleaning your room, and take care of your dad. I remember she told me, even though I'm the middle, she said you're the most mature right now. So
Mm.
you make sure you take care of your brothers. So I've been that rock for my family before I had my own family.
Right.
I've always been the one, not just financially, the one physically and emotionally, to be the person that makes sure everybody else is okay.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is. It
How do
is.
you manage that pressure?
I think every day I deal with it.
Take it day by day.
Day by day. I always say in life, when you lose a person or you go through anything, you never physically get over it. You just learn to live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people do certain things to cope with life situations. I believe for me, um, I buried myself in work. As long as I was working, making money, taking care of everybody, making sure everybody was eating and everybody was good, I was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing that literally since I was 10 years. I started DJing when I was 10.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this my entire life, making sure everybody was good. And I think in that, it gave me, the glorification that I was doing a good thing. So it made me feel good
Yeah.
inside because I knew that, I was not just taking care of myself and making sure the people around me were always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you talked about, coping mechanisms and
Mhm.
how work was one, but did you have any negative coping mechanisms? Like, did you also involve yourself in some activities you shouldn't have been?
Luckily, like I never got strung out on drugs or anything like that, because I knew firsthand for obvious reasons what drugs did to people.
Mm-hmm.
So I never wanted to be a product of something that I'm watching, demise people. But I think for me, it was work and money. I became addicted to money at a very young age, which is a bad thing, but a good thing for me. So I'm at a point now where I'm not chasing money, um, but I've always, that was always my thing. As long as I was making money, I was good. Because I know if I was making money, everybody around me was making money.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was, at one point illegally to now who I am now, my goal was to make sure that I was good and that my family was good.
Yeah.
So,
Is it true that a lot of people say, like, when you stop chasing money, the money starts chasing you? Is that true?
absolutely. One of my vitamins of the day, as I call them, was if you make yourself the best version of yourself, whatever it is, whether it's a podcast or a garbage man. If you make yourself the best version, and I mean the point where it's undeniable, no one can deny that Summer's the best version of herself. When you become that, people will now pay you just to be you.
Amen.
So once you get to that level, which takes hard work, dedication, and consistency. Most importantly, consistency. The money will come. I think what happens with so many people, we start things because we see it's popular, or we start things because we think this is financially going to benefit us, and then we
Mm-hmm.
chase the money, we never make it, and we become frustrated. And what
Mm-hmm.
do 100% of frustrated people do? They quit
Yeah.
because of frustration. So if you make yourself the best version, the money will come in abundance. I'm literally a walking testimony of someone who's become very financially stable, not because I had to work. Let me reiterate that, because I've always worked hard, but not because I had to go work for somebody or I had to punch a clock. Like I just always hustled,
Mm.
And I've always put myself in position, and I've always outworked my competition.
Mhm.
Even 30 plus years into the business, I still work harder than some DJs and radio personalities who's been doing it for 5 to 10. Because that's because I really have that drive to be the best, not better than Summer or better than DJ whoever, just the best version of me.
Yeah. And that's how you got your name, right? You
Absolutely.
was quick with it. You
Quick with
learned
it.
very quick.
Absolutely. I tell people Summer should want to be the best Summer.
Yeah.
Because once you're the best Summer, you have no
Yeah,
competition.
there's no one else to beat.
Right, right.
I like that.
Right.
Okay, so you've had this journey, you turn 18, then you lose your father.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
That was devastating because that was unexpected. My dad had my dad suffered from cirrhosis of the liver, aka he drank, had alcoholism. He drank a lot, and for him, like my mom, I found out she was going to pass away. It took
Yeah, you
years
knew.
before she passed. We knew
You
it was
could
going to
prepare.
happen. You prepare as much as you can.
Right.
With my dad, he was this on Monday and passed on Friday. I mean, he literally was fine that we knew of. We knew nothing that he was battling internally because he never shared it with me. He remarried when I turned. So my mom, dad, 10. He remarried when I turned 15 or 16. So my stepmom at the time, who also passed away from cancer. My life has been a roller coaster.
Goodness grief.
But my stepmom didn't know. Like, no one knew. He had been sick for years.
Did he know?
He knew. The doctor after the fact told us, like, he I guess he didn't want y'all to know because he knew what y'all went through with your mom. So for years he had been sick, but as he drank, he thought that was making him feel better, but it was making him worse.
Yeah.
So just imagine being here with dad, who's been your support system. On a Monday, he's talking, all right, son, have a good gig this weekend. And then on like that Tuesday, Wednesday, started feeling bad, and we think he got a cold or something. We pay no mind. He don't go to work on Wednesday, don't go to work on Thursday. And then on Friday, you can see like something's wrong because his eyes are starting to turn yellow, and you could see like something's wrong. And I remember, rest in peace to my stepmom as well. She had said to me, she's like, hey, check on your dad. I know you're busy, but just check on your dad because he ain't been working a few days, and I don't know what's going on. He's not going to the doctors, but something's wrong. So of course we there on Friday, and I was actually the one who told him, like, Dad, you got to go to the doctor. Something's wrong. And he's like, son, I don't want to go to the doctors. Hospital kill people. But people go to the hospital to die. So I was like, nah, it ain't that. It ain't that, Dad. You probably just got the flu or something, but go get checked out. He goes to the hospital Friday and he dies on Friday night.
Oh my gosh.
So that took a very long time to, like I said, you never get over it, but that took a long time to live with because first I blame myself. I'm like, maybe if I wouldn't have told him to go to the hospital, he would still be here, which I know now that's not true. But that was a very hard pill to swallow.
I bet.
Yeah.
So you've been moving through life since you were 18 without your parents.
Literally just me.
My goodness. I can't even, I call my parents for everything.
Right. So imagine having no fallback plan.
Who do you call? What do you do? Who tells you like how to like?
I mean, probably my partner / manager, Sean. Shout out to Sean Caesar. I've been managed by him since I was 16. But he's been not just my manager. He's been like pops. My kids call him pops because that's the only granddad they know. And I remember even when my dad passed away at 18, he came to the funeral, of course. And I'm a wreck. And he said to me, "Don't worry, I got you." I was like, "Nah." He like, "I ain't talking business. I got you." And since then, it's been quick and Sean.
So now you're a father. So what are some things that you've learned about fatherhood and about yourself through this journey?
That there's no manual. There's no right or wrong way to parent your kid. You have to learn by trial and error. I would, my kids say I'm a great dad, which means more to me than anything else. I don't care about accolades. Like when your kid tells you, "Dad, I love you. You're the best dad ever," that hits differently than winning an award.
Right. That's the best compliment.
There's my award. There's my king. There's my crown. But I guess my answer is there's no manual. Like, I didn't plan, it just, once I had my son, I was 28, 29. My kids are 5 years apart, so they'll be 12 and 17 this year. I call him the prince and the princess.
Oh, that's
So
sweet.
yeah,
That's so sweet.
dope.
So, was it a similar situation when your dad passed? You went head first into work
Hmm.
distraction?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me, what was your what was the song that got you into DJing? Was it a particular song or was it a moment? Like, what was that story?
It wasn't a song; it was a movie.
What movie
Uh,
was it?
Beach Street, but I know you're not old enough to know that.
Mm,
Never heard of Beach Street?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Oh my God, you have homework to do when we're done this
Okay.
interview. You have to watch Beach Street.
Okay.
But Beach Street is one of the founding movies of hip hop. Came out like probably before I was born. Um, but watching Beach Street, there was a character, and I remember they were still in electricity in New York City. And when they plugged it in, the lights came on and the music started. And he was like, it's working. And everybody clap, 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 clap your hands. That's where I actually started from.
That's where that came from?
Well, they put it in line dance songs now, but that's where it
Yeah.
started at.
Oh, okay.
So he
That's
started
cool.
DJing, everybody started dancing. And I remember at that moment, I was like, I want to be him.
Mm.
All the guys want to be like him, all the girls love him. Like, I want to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my dad for a set of turntables when I was 10 years old for Christmas. That's all I got. No toys, no clothes, no nothing. Everybody else wanted toys, clothes, and video games. I like just imagine being a 10-year-old telling your
Right.
dad, I want turntables. Like,
Right.
what do you even know what a turntable is? And I really didn't know. Like, I was self-taught, how to DJ.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any DJs in my family.
Mm,
My dad sang or something like that. My mom played the piano.
mm.
So music was in me, but not DJing. And from the age of 10 to present, I've literally been DJing, practicing, working on my craft every single day.
And now you have a school.
I have two schools, Quick and Easy DJs. I have one location in DC and Southeast, and I have a location in Baltimore.
And how has that experience been?
Amazing, man. Shout out to my partner, DJ Be Easy. That's how I got the name Quick and Easy DJs. But it's been amazing. We actually started, I had the vision for it a long time ago, but I've been so busy doing so many other business ventures in life that I couldn't start. So Be Easy, he had did like a boot camp or something, and I saw he had like a curriculum. He was a teacher at the time,
Mm-hmm.
so he had a whole curriculum on how he taught the history of DJing and history of hip hop, and how he taught the BPMs, which is beats per minute. So I'm like, he has the curriculum. I have the idea. I have the marketing and the funding to make this bigger than what it is. So I remember calling him like, yo, I really want to start a school. Like, I see you doing like these camp. I said, what if we really, formulated a company, LLC it, make it a business, and like really start and make it a real school? You're like, I'm down. Did all the business end. We started our first location in Baltimore, which sold out like every class.
Really?
But
How
what
many
I
classes are there that you
so
can go through?
the beginner course is once a week for 5 weeks.
Okay.
We provide everything: turntables, laptops. You just literally show up.
That's so cool.
But what I noticed, because like I said, I've been based out of the DC area for so long, half my students were coming from DC because they know me from DC.
Mhm.
So I was like, I got to get a location in DC because I'm missing too much money.
Mhm.
So found a location. Shout out to Ronald Moulton, one of my other partners in DC who help us find a space. And then open up a DC location. I'm working on now a third one in Virginia.
Oh wow.
So like my goal is to really make Quick and Easy DJs a franchise.
Yeah.
And right now I'm still owner operator.
Okay.
I want to get to a point where I'm just owning and not operating anymore.
Yeah.
And I can
So
teach
you're
other people.
in there actually
I'm the actual
showing
teacher.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of things are they learning?
Actual DJing, like, from the art of, where DJing
Like
originated,
the
the history,
Okay, that's cool.
to actually learning how to, count what we call beats per minute, to actually learn how to do smooth transitions from one song to the next, to learn song, how you pick your songs. I mean, you really learn to DJ. And my youngest student was 12, my oldest student was 68. So I have 100%, graduation track record. Every
Oh,
person who's taken my
amazing.
class so far has graduated, and probably more than half of them are actively DJing, including my son.
Oh wow. So do you keep in touch with them
Absolutely,
and like show up to their events and
Well,
stuff?
I don't have time to show up to events, but when I get an offer or I find out somebody looking for a DJ and I know I can't do it, and I'll recommend some.
Oh,
of my,
that's so
my
it's like a
former
network of
classmates. Yeah,
support too.
absolutely. Man.
That's
My
so
son
cool.
took the class. I never wanted to be that dad to have my
Yeah,
son
make
go
'em.
living through me. But during the pandemic, my son played basketball. So of course, when the pandemic happened, he was stopped. So he was bored, and he would come down the basement in the studio and watch me work. And one day, like, Dad, I want to come to your school and check it out. I was like, so you look, if you want to do it, you got to take it seriously. You ain't ready to
Yeah.
skip the line because you're Quicksilva, son.
Right.
So he actually came to the class, joined the class, took the class, passed. And now, right now, as of today, his name is DJ Sauce God. He's probably like the kid version of me. Like he
Really?
does like 2-3
Oh,
parties a
that's so
week in DC,
nice.
Baltimore. He does all the high school parties. The mayor books her, book
Oh,
for a lot of their kid functions. So it's I think that's the reward in me when not just my son.
wow. Yeah.
When I see a lot of my students actively making money, or
Mm-hmm.
they'll like send me a tweet on Instagram like I want to say thanks for taking the class. I was
No.
able to quit my job that I hated because now I'm making more money DJing. It's like that.
I want to get into it.
I teach you.
Okay.
I
Do
gotta
you find that do you find that some people are more musically inclined than
absolutely. I can tell
others?
by week 2 if you get it or not.
How? What are the
Some
keys?
people just have that that it. They
Mm,
just have that. I hate to use this word because it's like so overly, but like that swag.
okay.
You can tell when somebody has the swag, like, and they just, you know, I teach what I call the science of DJing, but I can't teach the art. Meaning
Okay.
that someone can teach you the science of asking questions, but they won't
Mm,
ask them like Summer.
right. Right.
That
Right.
you just have to have it in.
Yeah.
You got to have in it to pull something out of somebody. It's the same with DJing. I can teach you exactly how to go from one song to the next and that,
Mm.
but I can't teach you to make it slick.
Right. Right.
You got to
Right.
have your own.
Right. Add a little sauce to
Yeah.
it.
So,
Okay.
I can tell DJs who are going to be just boring DJs.
Mm,
Worse, I'm like, oh, yeah, she
you
gets it.
got some.
And the crazier part, fellas, if you're listening, in the last, I'm going to say year, 70% of my students have been females.
Really?
Females are
Oh, I love that for
absolutely
us.
dominating quick and easy DJ school. Like they're really on the proud to put these males out of business. I don't know if y'all
That's
tired of these male DJs. I don't know what it
we
is.
are, and I think that's a reflection of music right now too.
It
Like
is.
we're on the come
Y'all
up.
been winning, but y'all winning now.
Per.
Right.
I love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know 2001 was a pivotal year for you. That's
Mm-hmm.
when you first went on, the rock the mic
Rock the
tour.
Mic tour. Yeah.
Okay, tell me
That
how
was 2002.
that was 02?
Yeah, mhm.
Okay, so how did you feel when you got that phone call?
Oh my God. So backtrack a little bit. That's the year I met Lil Mo.
Mm-hmm.
And Lil Mo, we were on a radio station at the time in Baltimore, X157, that went out of business. And right when it went out of business, she was dropping her album. And she was like, I need a DJ for my, album, my promo tour. You want to go on tour? I was like, hell yeah, I ain't doing that. So I ended up going on tour with Lil Mo first. And I toured with her for almost a year. And then that's when they announced the Rock the Mic tour, which was Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Busta, Missy, Lil Mo, Fabulous.
That's pretty iconic.
Yeah, it definitely was. So you couldn't imagine like finding out you about to be on the road for 35
Right.
days with like the greats of people. These people that you once looked on TV, and now like I'm going to share stage with you. This is
Right.
crazy. This is crazy. So what I regret is this is pre-social media. So you
Mm.
gotta think I've toured with
Yeah.
J50 and all, and I have no Instagram pictures or old reels.
You don't have no footage
I mean,
of
I got
it?
like some pictures like us like
Okay.
on stage, like me, 50 and
Mm.
G Unit at the time, and me and Jay, and me and everybody.
Mm.
But I don't have like footage. Like
Yeah.
now I got video
Yeah.
recaps of I'm the recap king. Like
Yeah.
every show I'm recapping in 24 hours. But I'm like, I don't have none of this stuff from me being on stage killing
Dang.
this. So I
That's something
wish
you just got to keep in your
right.
heart and in your
People who were
head.
there, they remember
Yeah,
me
if
being
you
there.
know,
But,
you
but I'm
know.
like, damn, I don't have nothing there.
So you said Busta was the best performer ever of all time ever?
Man, you've really been doing your research. No. So what I will say is that Busta Rhymes is one of the best performers of all
Okay.
times.
What makes him one of the best?
Have you ever seen Busta Rhymes live?
No. I'd
You
love
have
to,
to
though.
see Busta Rhymes live. And I'm convinced. I remember when Versus was popular, nobody wanted to battle Busta. I
Mm,
get it. Like
you know why?
there might be other artists that's your favorite artist as a lyrical artist or
Mm.
making, I don't know, party, whatever your vice is. But Busta Rhymes live show is unbelievable. The
Really?
energy is, and like I said, I've not only toured with some of the greats, I've seen everybody. I mean, I've
Mhm.
literally seen everybody.
Mhm.
Some of your favorite artists aren't good performers. That's not taking anything from them. They just have a
That's
good
facts.
show, man. They had the good lights and
Yeah.
the good dancers, and they have a
Right.
good show.
Good visuals.
But if you put them on stage by themselves, like they're not gonna kill it. You just know the records and love the records so much that you're singing or rapping them for 'em.
Right.
With Buster, it's been him and Spliff Star since day one on that stage.
Really?
And they come on stage and the energy erupts. I will put my own personal money with Buster Rhymes on stage with whoever your favorite rapper is.
Really?
Absolutely. Ask your favorite rapper when you meet them, do they want to share a stage with Buster Rhymes?
And they'll say yes?
They will say no.
But wouldn't you want to share and like get some of that energy?
Nah, because most A-list rappers want to be the headliner.
Mm.
When you're the headliner and you're on a show with Buster and he comes on before you, good luck.
Oh, no, I would want to be on with him at the same time.
Yeah. But if y'all don't have the records together, y'all just can't share a stage because y'all like each other.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So what was your favorite memory from that tour?
Some of my favorite memories. Oof. I saw a lot on that tour.
I
I think
bet.
so. That's
And Missy is iconic too.
Missy, another phenomenal performer. I think that's actually, and it's crazy you said Missy. One of my favorite moments. I forgot who her DJ was at the time. I think it's my phone.
Okay.
So keep it. Missy. One of my favorite moments on the Rock the Mic tour was Missy's from Portsmouth, Virginia. They call it P-Town. And at the time, right when she got to our hometown, we had a show there, and her DJ didn't show up. So she's panicking. And Lil Mo, like I met Missy because I've been touring, doing in between acts. So we knew who each other was, but I didn't like know her. So we're in Portsmouth, Virginia. Lil Mo was like, "Quick, you've been watching her show all these times, and you do a set." Like, man, I'm not ready to do Missy's set. Like, if I embarrass myself, she's gonna cuss me out. They're gonna throw tomatoes at me. This could be, and we were doing arenas, 30, 40,000 people every night. So I'm like, man.
You said no?
No.
Okay.
So I told Mo no. She's like, no, it's gonna be a big opportunity for you. If Missy liked you, she could take you in the role and do stuff. So she got my nerves up. So she goes in the sound check. She's like, Missy, Quick said he'll do your set. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. But I'm nervous. My heart, my hands are sweating. Like, I'm nervous. Like, if this goes well, this could be life-changing. But if it goes bad, it could be life-changing.
Yeah.
So we get there. She's like, you remember my set? I haven't watched your set. So she gave me her songs. I uploaded them in my machine at the time. And I remember rocking with Missy in her hometown. And we killed it.
Oh, my God.
And when I tell you, I have not sweat. And it might have been cold that month. I don't remember. But I was sweating bullets the whole set.
Really?
Like, God, please don't let me play the wrong song. Please don't let me stop it by mistake. Please don't let something crash. Like, God, if you get me through this one set in life, I'll change.
Oh, my God.
So,
what did she say after?
She came, she's like, yo, thanks, man. If you got any other open dates, I would love you. So, her, she had a DJ at the time, but I forgot why he couldn't show up. But she ended up booking me for other dates, and we were doing other shows, so it was dope. Super dope.
Wow, she's underrated, I feel.
Missy's a GOAT.
She is a GOAT.
Definitely one of the, not in the female GOATs, just one of the GOATs, period.
Yeah, I want to see her live, too.
She's super dope.
I know that energy is crazy.
I agree.
Okay, so you also worked 106 in Park.
I used to 4 or 5 seasons. I can't remember exactly what it was.
I wonder, because I used to work at BET, too.
What years?
Recently,
Oh,
like 2019.
Yeah, I think I was 106 in Park 2004 till about 4 or 5 maybe.
Because they used to be here in DC, right?
Well, BET started in DC,
Right,
not 106.
okay.
106 always started in New York.
Oh, okay.
But BET started, of course, in Washington, DC. But 106 in Park, I want to say I started there in, might have been 05. But I did like 4 seasons. Shout out to this guy named Terrence Clayton. I actually met him at the park. So this was the year the park opened. I've been at Park at 14 on Fridays literally since they opened for 16 plus years. But I remember this guy, so if you ever see me perform, I DJ and host at the same time. So I don't need no host. I don't need no hype man. I'm my own hype man.
You do it all.
So I'm rocking the crowd, talking my stuff, I'm chanting. So this guy comes up to me, Terrence Clayton, was like, man, you're a dope DJ and a dope host. You ever thought about doing TV? I was like, so I give him the super phony, like, all right, what up? Because I don't know who this guy is. And I'm in the middle of my set. So he's like, here's my card. Give me a call. So I saw it says Terrence Clayton, BET, something, talent management. I don't call him. So
you didn't?
I did not. Because I don't know who this guy is. I'm thinking this guy is just some random. I don't know.
Okay.
But 3 weeks later, he came back to park. He's like, "Hey, quick, yo, you remember me?" I said, "Yo, give me a call." He never told me who he was. He just said, "Give me a call." So when he came back, he was like, "Yo, I'm Terrence Clayton. I book all the artists and DJs for BET 106 in Park. Yeah, I want to bring you on the show and try you out." I was like, "Oh man, my whole energy changed.
Right. No, I bet.
What up, fam? Hey, bro." I broed him and everything, right? So he became fam. So I'm like, "What up, fam? My bad. I'm gonna call you today." So of course, the next morning, I couldn't wait to wait. I think I set my alarm clock. Wake up, call Terrence Clayton. So I called him. He's like, "Yo, how soon can you get to New York? Because we film on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe." So they would like film 2 shows on one day, one live, then the other remaining shows the following day. He was like, so this is on a Saturday. He said, "Can you get to New York Monday?" I was like, "Absolutely, I'll be there." Okay. So I take the train up to New York. He tried me out. I did, I think I recorded 2 shows. I didn't hear back from him for like 2 weeks. I'm like, damn, I must have sucked. I know I sucked. So, and then like 3 weeks later, he called me like, "Yo, the producers liked you. Could you come up here at least once a week?" I'm like, "Man, I come up there as much as y'all need me." How long? They're like, "Well, let's start you off once a week. We'll book you for 2 shows once a week." I said, I'll be there. I ain't even asked about pay at that moment. I ended up eventually getting paid. But I was like, absolutely. And then, that continued for almost 4 years straight.
How was that experience?
Dope. When I first started, it was when I first started, Terrence and Roxy were hosting. This is after Free and AJ. And then that was for a few years. And then I think my last season DJing, that's really when Bow Wow and some other people took over.
Okay. Yeah. So what's a favorite memory from then? Because that time, that was iconic.
Oh,
like being at 106 in Park.
Oh, it was...
We don't even do that anymore. We don't even have storytelling music videos or anything like that anymore. So you were there at a pivotal and perfect time. How was that for you?
Like you say, it was 106 in Park. It was It was history. That's my answer. Like, just to be a part of something that we could say is going down in the history books, it's a blessing in itself.
So let's talk about like the evolution of club culture and of music. Okay. Me personally, I will never, ever go to a club. I hate clubs. I hate them so bad.
Because you hate me without saying that.
Well, no, not you. No, the DJ
I'm
is
the party kingpin of clubs.
The DJ is my favorite part, but the issue is the culture. Like, I like to go and dance. But now it's like, no, we're playing Bottle Wars.
Right.
You got niggas talking in your ear, sweating down your neck,
breath
like too close. It's too loud. It's too crowded. Like, but that's not how it was when you started. So what do you think changed about the culture that has made it so terrible?
Money and greed by owners and promoters. That's just a simple answer. I came up in the era in the 90s where it really was about partying. So let's start here.
You're dancing.
There was no social media. There was no hookah. There was no phone in the club. There was no VIP tables. There was none of that. You walked in the club with 2 reasons. First was to have fun and dance all night, and the second one was to meet somebody. That was it. That was your only reason for going to the club. You didn't go nobody cared about how much money you had, what car you valeted out front. It was literally about, I want to go have fun. We walked out both drenched, sweating because we danced so much. That's what club culture was. And then if you remember, as it came, I don't know if you remember, but it evolved from that to owners, starting what they call a VIP room. It was a VIP room. It wasn't a VIP table or anything. So if you wanted to be spending money and buying tables, they had a little small room just for you. So if there was, let's just say, 1,000 people in the club, there was a room that hold 100 people tops. That was the VIP. It was
like closed, like people couldn't see?
It was exclusive. Okay. You had to have some real money to go in there.
That's not bad.
Right. So what happened was now, because of what you just said, so now I blame you, Summer.
What?
Because it was bad. But what happened was now I got a bunch of money, right? I really want Summer. But Summer is not in my VIP. I'm in the VIP with me and my brothers and my guys spending all this money in VIP. And I'm like, where's Summer? Summer's in the general population with all her girlfriends looking pretty. So now what happens is me as the bottle guy spending all the money, the owner caters to me. I don't care about you or him. Y'all are spending bare money and no money getting a free shot.
Right.
This guy's spending $5,000. So this guy tells the owner, hey, I want to be in the room where Summer's at. I don't want to be back here in this secluded room. So the owner has an idea. All right, well, let's take your table and put it in the actual room with the dance floor. We'll put a little red rope around it, make you feel important. And now the VIP area started. So it wasn't a VIP room. Now it was Summer and her friends in a regular club, but we had a VIP area, which was literally 10 tables with a red rope, and you had to be somebody to be behind the red rope.
I hate that.
And but it got a lot worse over the years because now they have removed the red rope.
Yep.
And now said the hell with Summer and her dance floor. Let's just make it all tables.
There's no dance floor.
Let's make it all tables. And now, as an owner, I make 30,000 times more money because now all I'm selling is bottles. So I don't care about Summer and her friends coming to dance. Who cares? I want 100 different tables. I can charge $1,000 or more and make all this money. And that's what happened to club culture. It became more about the money and not the experience.
So how did that change DJing? It
did, because now DJs went from DJing to make Summer and her friends dance to now my goal is to make them tables spend more money. Because if they spend more money, the owner loves me and he pays me more.
So how do you make them do that? You play like Future or something?
But unfortunately, that the trap music has been winning for a while. But what I love is that you have a lot of dope promoters. Shout out to one of my guys right now, Anwar Khan, in Washington, D.C., who has, he has a movement right now of parties that aren't about the VIP
Really?
service.
Okay, send me, because I don't know nothing about that.
I DJ a lot of events and festivals now where it's really about F the tables. It's really about Summer and her friends want to come dance here, good music. They don't want to care about who has the most money. They want to have fun. So there are now people like, I'm just using Anwar as an example, who are throwing curated events that are themed events that are saying, you know what, Summer, when you come, Quicksilva is going to play the best of your favorite 2000 St. Louis music, and we're going to have fun, and it's really going to be fun and just about the music. And now those parties are starting to win more than the clubs, because now, not just Summer, you got a lot of club goers that's been partying for years. Like, I'm sick of hearing this trap shit all night.
Are you kidding me?
I want to dance. I want to sing, hear some R&B. I want to hear some Afrobeat. I want to hear a variety of music. So a lot of these curated events are winning, making 10 times money at the promoters because they're still chasing table money. Yeah. They're still chasing bottle wars. Yeah. Where they're realizing, that slows up. A lot of these guys ain't got money no more. A lot of the scammers are locked up. A lot of the drug dealers are locked up. So now you're depending on a working class man to come do a $5,000 table.
$1,000.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Summer's not doing a $2,000 table tonight.
I wouldn't do that anyway.
So what's happening is, these curated parties are starting to win.
Okay, good. Because what I was finding is that like when I was in school, I went to Howard.
HU, Bison.
Period. Yeah. Did you go to Howard?
I didn't go to Howard, but I'm like adopted because I've been DJing at
Everyone
homecoming.
Says
but
that.
I've been DJing Howard homecoming for the last 20 plus years. Every single one, damn near every yard fest. So I'm like adopted. And my sister Angie Ange was Miss Howard.
Okay, period.
So I get a pass.
Okay, you can get it.
Thank
but what I was finding is when I was at Howard, like, I would go to the club, and every weekend, I couldn't even tell which weekend was which because every weekend felt the same.
Absolutely.
Because nothing was different about the club experience. So I was like, you know what? And I pretty much it wasn't a vow to myself, but I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not enjoyable. So yes, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I'll send you a link to some of the events I'm doing that's like outside of this record.
Thank you.
I got you.
Okay, so let's talk about the evolution of music now, because we talked about, like when you're at 106 Park, for example, there was music videos because the music told a story.
Yes.
What do you think of current music?
My personal feeling?
Personal.
I hate it. My personal feeling. I haven't bought an album, and of course, because I'm a DJ, labels send me all the records to play in albums. But as far as when I say purchase an album, I haven't purchased or downloaded a new album for my listening pleasure. I couldn't tell you. Like, if you get in my car right now, I'm still stuck in the 90s, early 2000s. Hip-hop, R&B, reggae, soul. On the way here, I was listening to Mary J. Blige, My Life, first album. I mean, I'm still Jay-Z, my favorite artist of all time. So I'm still in Hove. Like, I'm still Mobb Deep. I'm still Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Like, and surprisingly, I'm on the radio every day. I'm in the clubs every night. So I'm playing all the popular music.
How do you know it?
One, I have a great team around me that keeps me in the know, like quick,
right.
whoever, Sex Red, whoever, whatever the big record is.
Right.
This Skilla Baby got a big record, or Boss Man D-Lo. And then here's the real beauty. You get a Summer exclusive.
Oh, good.
You know who my music director is right now, as far as like telling me what's the current hot music? My son.
Really?
He DJs.
That's who knows.
So my
The
son is
kids know.
16 grade, turned 17. He's doing all the high school parties. So he's the one who's like, hey, Dad, you playing that Boss Man D-Lo? Hey, Dad, you playing that Rob 49 Skilla Baby? I'm like, I don't know who. He's like, Dad, I'm telling you, play this. So then when I get to the club, I'm like, boy, Boss Man, this is crazy. Ah! I'm like, I text my son like, yo, good looking. That joke just killed that part. Right. So
That
like my
is
son,
so funny.
he's the one who keeps me in the know, because if it was up to me, every club I'm playing, you hearing 90s hip hop and R&B all night. And I'm aboard the 23, 24-year-olds. So
What do you think happened though? What happened to music culture?
The culture of music started catering to the audience. Like you said, and here's about, you still have dope artists that put out dope music.
Yes.
It's just not as commercialized. So you don't hear it on the radio as much. You're not going to see it on TikTok going viral with the dance challenge. So a lot of these dope artists, they're making music, but, it's just not making it mainstream. And then you have, these artists who have the formula. You have had dope artists over the last 15, 20 years, from the Lil Waynes to the Drakes to the J. Coles to the Kendricks. I mean, you can go on a list of artists that are dope who's been out now. They're not new artists. These are veterans now, I call it. But, right now, every label is looking for a moment, not a lifestyle. Right now, I need Sommer to do me one favor. Make me one record that you can put on TikTok. Go viral, please. We're going to make a quick 5 million, and then I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to find the next Sommer.
Yep.
Young, pretty girl. She goes viral on TikTok. I make some money off of you. I give you a little kickback, 100,000. Then I'm done with you. Like, that's what labels are doing now. No one's looking for a superstar. When you think of Chris Browns, you think of Ushers, you think these are superstars.
Yeah.
You think of even Drake's, however you feel about them, or Lil Wayne's. Like, these guys have been proven for decades.
Consistent.
I can't tell you an artist that's out right now that 20 years from now, we can be like, boy, we killing that sexy rhythm. Well, we killing that whatever. Like, and
that's so unfortunate.
And this isn't shade. Like I support
know.
these artists. I know a lot of these artists. I play their music every day, so they can't say I'm not supporting them. But I know for a fact, 20 years from now, we not playing Boss Man D-Lo. I know this. Now, I know it's the biggest thing right now, quick in the club. You got to play this, and you got to play that Glorilla. I get it. So I do my job, but I can't think that 30 years from now, we be like, here go that old school, whatever.
Right.
Like, these songs have a 3 to 5 year lifespan, if that.
Yeah, and I think, like, even back in the day, because I like old school. That's the music I'm listening to.
What's old school to you?
Like Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Like, I have older parents, so I grew up on old school music, and they made music for longevity.
Absolutely.
Now, like you said, it's TikTok. Let's go viral. Let's make a quick hit. Let's make a dance to it, and I'm good.
The goal right now is to go viral, not to sell records. No one's selling records. No one's buying albums. Right now, I'm buying moments. I'm buying algorithm. I'm buying what's trendy. So right now, the goal isn't longevity, is make the money while you can and then get out. And unfortunately, that's why I believe music is in the state that it's in.
Do you think it'll stay here, or you think we're going to shift soon?
I don't know, because if you ask somebody 10 years ago what social media big on, they probably say, yeah. And social media is not going anywhere. Social media is here to stay. I always say adapt with it or get left behind. So I don't know. I mean, I wish I had the answer to that. But if you ask a young person, when I say young, I'm talking a teenager, they love the state of music.
Yeah.
They think it's amazing. We sound like the old heads now, and our parents now, like, you like that music? But this is when I know I feel old. Like, when I once again, I DJ for a living, so I do radio clubs. I know what's popular, whether street club or viral, right? But every now and then, my son, who just started driving, I'll get in the car and I'll let him drive, and he'll hook his phone up and he'll play a song, and I really look like, damn, I'm really dad now. I'm dad, like, because I'm like, can I curse?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, y'all like this shit?
I know.
You're like, Dad, then my son, Dad, it's lit. This joint crazy. I'm like, one, he not even rapping on beat, son. Like,
that's
what the fuck? Like, the beat is boom, bop, boom, bop. He like, yeah, but something's dumb, cause yep, cause I'm like, yo, fuck mumble rap, nigga, you're not even on beat. Like, y'all can't hit. And as a DJ who teaches beats per minute and the science of DJing, I be like, son, listen, this is the beat. We're bobbing like this.
Mm-hmm.
He's rapping
He's
like this.
over here, right?
I'm like, I know it's the drugs they on and all that, the pills and the coke and everything else they're doing. Like, but are they that high that they can't hear? And then I said, I don't blame them. I blame their producer and engineer. Because y'all the one that's in the studio, and of course y'all getting paid, but y'all letting him and her just rap off beat and not say, hey, Sommer, hold on, let's do that over because the beat was here and you were rapping here. But then they put the record out and it goes viral. TikTok.
What you said, yeah, it's a reflection of the culture.
That's when I feel old. Like, yeah, son, yeah, I can't get this shit. This is different. Like, this not even like about being a bad rapper. Like, it's literally not on beat.
Yeah, no, I feel you because I'm only 27 and I feel like that. I don't know who any of these young rappers, any of them. I don't even listen to them. I can't because it just doesn't sound good to me.
I'm with you.
But okay, so we talk about the music influencing the culture influencing the music. When you were growing up, you said you had, Jay-Z and all of them. How do you think the rap has influenced the culture then and now?
I think right now a lot of the culture's been influenced by, and once again, if I sound old, that's fine. Just people who don't like. I came up in an era, and this isn't anything to brag about, but we bragged about selling drugs and getting money. Someone wanted the drug dealer because he had the money. He was the guy, like, right? That's what we bragged about. I got money. I sell drugs. I didn't get caught by the law doing it. It's a pride thing. I'm really a street guy. I really say what I mean. Like, this is what we bragged about. These new rappers are bragging about being drug addicts. And like, it's acceptable, which is crazy. Like, let me get this right, bro. You're bragging about how many pills you take and how many lines you just did and how, I was so high off the coke and the dope and the perk and the Xanny and I was super high and I popped the pill. I blew her back out because I was high off that joint. And I'm going to blow another pill tomorrow. Nigga, what?
I know.
But then you have girls that are accepted because I popped half, she popped the other half. We both faded now. We high as a kite, girl. And they're like literally like, they're literally bragging that I'm a junkie. I came up in an era where we shame junkies. We clown junkies. Like, man, she a Sherman.
There used to be a code.
Yeah, don't fuck right. She a coke head. She a dope head. That nigga do pills. We don't fuck with her. Be a clown. But now, the cool girls, they doing dope and coke. The cool guys, they popping pills. And it's acceptable, but I believe because they don't realize where it leads. Always say, and once again, I came up in the crack era.
Right, you saw
I saw what happened right now. Nobody wakes up a junkie. I'm sorry. Nobody starts a junkie. What happens is it's a fun drug.
Yeah.
I can kick anytime I want. This is their mentality. I'm just doing the coke and the dope and the pills now because it's fun. We great party, man. Son, we gonna get turned. We're gonna have some wild sex. It's fun until you're addicted to it. And now the fun turns into I gotta have it. Now I need it.
Yeah.
Now I'm selling anything, including myself, for it. And that's what a lot of these people don't realize is that you're not a junkie yet. And I'm using the word yet, and I'm hoping I offend somebody on purpose so they get the help they deserve, right? But a lot of these people, they don't realize with drugs, every single junkie who's died from drugs or overdose, or every junkie who was, the uncle or the aunt that you see that's down on the corner, facing, they was once the bad chick at the club.
So do you ever feel like responsible? Like, dang, I'm really playing this music that's like making them turn and want to do this.
Here's the bad part. I play music that the people want. Once again, if it was up to me, I'm playing conscious rap, but then I'm not getting booked. If it was up to me, I'm playing all whole, but now I don't have a #1 radio show no more because I'm playing for myself.
Right.
As a DJ, as an entertainer, my job is to please people. I'm literally in the business of pleasing people. So if the people say, quick, play all conscious rap, and we're going to dance and have fun and stop doing drugs, got it, yes. Well, unfortunately, when I get to the club tonight,
you got to do it.
I want to hear it's 7 p.m. Friday, 95. Then I want to hear the bar. Like, I want to hear this quick. So do I not play it because I don't like it?
But does it weigh on your conscience at all?
It doesn't, because I'm
You're making that money.
It ain't, I mean, yes, I love making money, but it ain't just about the money. I love watching people have fun. I love watching people dance. I love, checking my Instagram the next day and I got a bunch of people tagging me on stories. Quicksilva had it lit. Like, I still love performing and making people enjoy. So it's not my job to be a therapist.
Yeah,
it's not
be the
my job
conscious
to
one.
be the conscious one. Like, my job is, if you come into the club tonight, my job is make you dance. That's it. The end. Then I see you next week or whenever you come back out.
Okay. Well, I want to go to one of the dancing ones, so let me know.
You got it.
Okay, so do you still have your show on OWN, Love and Marriage DC?
Right now, it's not. It hasn't aired in. It's been some months now. I have no desire to film another season. I have. Reality TV is not reality TV.
Okay, I know. It's scripted. They tell you, like, you act a little.
Absolutely. And I think that's for me, like, let's start here. I've never watched reality TV in my life, ever.
So you didn't watch Love Island?
Never. I've never watched any
Love
reality
Island
TV.
was good.
I've never watched any reality TV in my life. But, I did it to support my lady. Like, I didn't, I had no desire to be a male reality TV star. Like, that's corny to me. Like, if you're a guy and you're chasing reality TV fame, I wish you the best of luck. That's just not what. That's just not. Yeah, that's your thing as the corny guy. But for me, I'm like, I every time we've been approached multiple times, and I was always absolutely not. No. But of course, this one's on OWN, so they sell you on that. Yeah, that's how we got sold. This would not, I quote, when we met with the producers at the time, we're not going to be ratchet. We're not going to be this. This is OWN, where we're going to show Black excellence. This is what was told to me. We're going to show Black excellence in all that you do in the community every day and all of your businesses and all the amazing work that you're doing as a family and just Black excellence. People need to see this on TV. This is what you guys stand for, and this is all we're going to show on TV because people will need to see. This is what we're told.
Right.
You're saying to me, but like 10 seconds later.
Right.
I'm like, oh my, this is not what y'all told.
Because unfortunately, that's not good TV.
It's not good TV. And unfortunately, now I know this, the reality TV watchers, they don't care that Quicksilva meets with the governor and he's coming up with economic plans to get new jobs. They don't care that Quicksilva's opening up multiple businesses and DJ schools and he's at the summer camps buying shoes. They don't care. Who cares? Where's the drama? Right. Argue with somebody. Right. Come on. Do something petty. Be like that's what they care. And that's not me. That's not me at all. So I think for me, where it become, I think we did 3 seasons. But after season 1, I was already tapped out. Yeah. People watch, they be like, you could tell Quick don't give a damn about this show. This dude don't be filming at times. This guy go weeks don't film. Like, I was really the one like, I don't care about this fucking show. Like, y'all niggas really care about this shit. This shit, it ain't no money. It's goofy. Like, but so, it got to a point for me where I'm like, I know it's not my reality. And people who know me, like in real life, know, Quick, all the amazing stuff we see you doing every day in real life, that we see you doing on social media. I remember literally somebody asked me, like, why did I never show your real life on TV? I was like, yeah, I know. And then I remember literally maybe a few months ago, I was DJing, a different state. But long story short, a lady came up to me. And this is what she said to me. And I remember saying, yeah, I got to get off this fucking show. This shit ain't doing nothing for me. A lady came up to me and she's like, oh my goodness. I was like, what? She's like, I watch you on TV every Saturday and blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking, where's this going? And you know what she said to me? She said, I didn't know you DJ'd. I said, what do you mean? She said, why did they never show you DJing on the show? I'm like, but think about it. I said, damn, you're right. Quicksilva, the party kingpin DJ that y'all say work too much and all that, they've never filmed me DJing.
Wow.
You've never this is a guy who DJs for a living. Can you tell me how this is a reality TV show for DJ and you've never seen him DJing? You've never seen him paying for a concert. You've never seen him hanging out with celebrities.
Wow.
You've never seen him you've never seen any of this on TV. But this is real?
Yeah.
how?
Yeah, so hopefully people know. But what about, do you still have the documentary coming out?
Absolutely, it's done.
Oh, it's done. When does it come out?
My birthday weekend in November.
Oh,
Who was Quicksilva?
cool. Okay,
But
so they'll be able to see then.
but I think for me, the reality TV show, it never honestly like, and I hate that there were moments on the show where I end up getting out of character, and I remember like people who know me would call me like, "Quick, yeah, don't ever be in that fucking show arguing with these dudes," and like that ain't you, my nigga. Like, and we know the real you. Like, if this was really beef or something, like
Right. Right.
they
It
don't
would've
know
went
you. Like
differently,
they know
yeah.
Quicksilva the D. They think like we know. Like, I'm not incriminating, but we know like them niggas don't really want beef with, like, not for real. Like it's TV.
Right.
It's Twitter.
Right, it's drama.
And anybody that's posting a tweet or an Instagram video about something, it's not real. Like they not real. Like if you were really, you wouldn't be tweeting on Instagram and something corny or goofy.
Right.
Like we know already that you're not about that life at all. So like I think, for me, it got to a point where people who know me was like, Quick, like this not a good representation. Like we know you too well. We know all that you're doing. We know what you stand for. And this show just don't show none of that shit. Like it's literally the whole storyline is you work too much and, clear your schedule so you can go meet and talk to that guy about why this guy don't like you. I even know like you would never do no corny shit like that. But this was the scene. This was the scene at the time. So for me, it's like I can't. They call it scene work on TV. The scene work took over the show. So and the reality never made it after the scene work because the scene work is what the fans care about.
Right, that's what they want to see.
They care about the drama. They care about the mess. They care about the bullshit. They don't care about the amazing real shit you do. So for me, reality TV is a super no.
Okay, so no more reality TV.
For me.
So what do we have to look forward to with DJ Quicksilva? What's coming up?
I got tons of stuff.
Tell us some fun stuff.
Like I say, I got my DJ schools. My radio show is still #1 in DC and Baltimore.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Currently, I can't, I never like to speak on things I always say before I never talk about the egg before hatches, but I have a really, really good business that's be opening in the next month.
Oh, good.
I'll tell you when we start filming.
Okay.
Man, I got a lot. My family's booming. Even my daughter Ashton, she has fashionashton.com. That's killing, which is an online boutique. She has a whole skincare line dropping. My son DJ Sauceguard is on fire. The Silvas are a family hustle.
Oh, good.
We really are out here, doing our thing. So I have so much going on. I think at times I forget.
I bet.
My book is on fire, not just
good.
in DC and Baltimore, but I have residencies now monthly in Houston, Dallas, Charlotte, Miami. I mean, I'm literally one of the most, in-demand DJs in the country right now.
Amen.
So it's a blessing, especially after being in the business 30 years.
Yeah. So you've created your legacy.
Absolutely. So
okay, this is my final question.
You good? She warmed me up, y'all. She gonna give me the one.
What does young Quicksilva, baby, 10-year-old, look at you now and think of your life?
He did it. And he did it his way. There's nobody that can say I didn't earn everything that I have. There's nobody that can say I'm not a hustler and a smart businessman. There's nobody that can say that Quick don't work hard. There's nobody that can say Quick's not consistent. Anything that someone can say negative about me is a personal opinion. That's a reflection of you, not me. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Exactly.
I think, after all I've been through in my life, business and personal, for me not to give up on life, for me not to give up on business, I've been through all the ups and downs of life and business. But yet every year I've gotten bigger in life and business. I think, when it's all said and done, and I've said this before, my one goal is not to be, I know all the younger guys call me the OG and I'm the legend and all that. I always say I want to be an inspiration, and I think I'm doing that. Over the years, I've become this motivational speaker where now I get booked to speak at colleges and businesses and financial courses. They bring me in and just talk life and how to overcome things. And I never sought out to be a inspirational speaker. It just happened. it just happened. I remember one of my first big time speaking was when the whole March on Washington was happening in DC a few years back, or this is right during COVID. They asked me to come be the keynote speaker at the Lincoln Memorial. It was like 20,000 people. And I think after that moment, people started looking at me differently, like, oh, he's more than just a DJ and on-air personality and radio. Like, he got a gift. I always say a gift is something that you can do effortlessly without thought or preparation. You just have it in you. And then I had no idea being a motivational speaker was even a business. I had no idea. I didn't know people making millions of dollars speaking. I know now, by the way.
Yep.
But I did not know this. So, when me and my management and my team, we started getting emails for bookings, and I'm thinking this for Quicksilva to perform. They're like, nah, we want to pay him a bunch of, I don't want my money job, but thousands of dollars to come speak at our seminar for 30 minutes. And my manager's like, yo, this company just offered you a couple thousand to come give a vitamin. I'm like, hell yeah. So I ain't got a DJ. He's like, yeah, they just want you to come talk. I'm like, me? Like, I'm not some collar suit wearing.
But you're real.
And that's what a lot of people said is that, like, I've been in places where I'm doing these, keynote speeches with, like, the Ivy League guy, with the Princeton, and this guy's a doctor, and this guy's blah, blah. And then here's me coming in with my Jordans on and my Cartiers, regular. And I get the standing ovation. I've never written down a vitamin. I've never written down a speech ever in life. Even my vitamins of the day out on the radio for the last 20 years, those just come off the top of my brain. And even with my speeches, they'll come in with whole clipboards and iPads. And I just come up. And they're like, wait. And then I just talk. And it just, whatever comes out at the moment or whatever's on my mind, it just comes out. And then I always get the biggest response. And then I remember one of the guys asked me, this is recently actually at a wealth seminar that I spoke at. The guy was, some big Fortune 500 guy. And he was like, how long did you practice your speech? I was like, how long it took me 30 minutes while I was driving. He's like, so you did? I said, no, I was just when I was driving, I was thinking of like stuff I wanted to say. And then once I started, he like, dude, I've never seen somebody just talk.
A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, and you stayed on topic. You weren't like, I said, I don't know, but once again, that's the gift. The gift is something that sometimes you don't even want, but
it will always show itself.
It shows up when it needs to show up. So Quicksilva is went from just being a DJ to this whole motivational speaker, which is a blessing because I think, like I say, my goal at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, is to be known as an inspiration.
Okay, leave us a vitamin. Leave me one. Off the dome.
What I would say to Sommer, and when this is crazy, female watchers, I just met her. Like we've met,
right now
we've met like on social and but we never like met. So for Sommer, somebody that I just like officially met, I would say always ignore the outside noise and continue doing what you're doing. Because what happens is you're amazing at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And the fact that you're amazing at what you do, a lot of people who want to do what you do, they're not going to like that. But if you allow the outside noise, the naysayers, the doubters, the haters, the people, because I'm telling you now, if it hasn't happened yet, which I'm sure it has, it's going to happen where the people you think that should be supporting you, they're not.
It's happening.
Simply because you're starting to do too well. Somebody's going to watch this and be like, how the hell is she interviewing Quicksilva? I've been trying to interview him for 10 years and his team didn't call me back. I'm telling you, this is going to happen. And what happens is because of your success that you're getting, it might look fast to some people, but you're putting in the work. And while you're doing that on that path, you have to stay focused. Because if you ever take your blinders off, you're going to be thrown off your path of greatness, and it's going to hurt you not them. So my vitamin for you would be keep the blinders on, keep doing what you're doing, keep perfecting yourself. And if you're not making the money that you want yet, the money is almost there because you're making yourself the best version of yourself.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for my vitamin. I take it.
Thank you.
It's great.
Receive it. That's a better vitamin than give you some drugs that these kids.
No,
about.
That was the vitamins we need to be taking. But
right.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing your story and being so open and vulnerable and honest and just taking the time. I appreciate you.
No problem. Keep
and
doing
I
what you're doing.
appreciate this conversation.
Absolutely, y'all. Summer, y'all. Gang, gang.